Hi guys, it is Sunday morning and Sundays mean meal prep day so we can get ready for the week ahead. So I just wanted to talk about a couple basics of meal prepping. When I think of meal prepping, I try to think about what my schedule is going to be over the next week with work and what we've got going on in the evenings and things like that, because I have done so much meal prepping before and planned for meals, and then my husband doesn't take his lunch to work, or we end up having some event for dinner, and then I've got this meal prepped and we don't eat it, and that's like the worst thing ever, because if I would have known, I would have just put it in the freezer or something like that. But anyway, so you got to think ahead and plan. And not only do you want to be thinking about meals, but you also want to be thinking about snacks. You want to be thinking about food for yourself, for the other people in your family that you may be responsible for cooking for, and think about what their nutritional needs are. For example, I only get 2 yellows in a day for my meal plan, so I often don't need the healthy carb at meals because it's pretty easy to get 2 in a day. So I'm not always eating the brown rice or the quinoa or farro or something that I'm making for my family, but I know that I think about the fact that they're going to need more carbohydrates than I do, so I can't forget about that when I'm meal prepping. So what I like to do is I like to always have a protein at every meal, so some kind of a meat or eggs. We don't do a ton of like vegan proteins like as our staple protein. We do a lot of chicken and ground turkey and stuff like that. And then always veggies for every meal. And then that healthy carbohydrate to plan for. And then the fats, so the blues, I usually will just add in later because that's stuff like avocado or cheeses, things like that you can always just add to your meal like the day that you're actually cooking it or heating it up. So I try to just think about red and green and then sometimes yellows. Hi honey, I'm making a video. Okay, I will. Can you hang on 2 minutes? Okay. So those are just some of the basics. And I used to do a lot of crock pot cooking. And I would do a lot of, every few months I would do a big, huge freezer meal prep day where I would cook for like hours and make like 10 different packages of different meals. And then with each Ziploc, the gallon Ziplocs, that would feed us for like 1 to 2 or 3 days. So I've done a lot of that. But we just got this pressure cooker for Christmas, so now I'm trying to figure out how to cook in that as well. I eat a lot of salads for lunch, and so I will buy a lot of greens once or twice a week, and then I will meal prep the meat that I'll put on my salads, and then when I package them all up, I'll chop up veggies and do sunflower seeds or something like that. So those are just kind of some general things that I would recommend that you're keeping on your mind for meal prepping. And don't forget about snacks too. It's really good to prep your snacks and have them in place in little portion sizes or baggies or something like that, so you can just grab and go the morning that you're heading out to the door for work or whatever. You're gonna want to definitely find some recipes that you and your family enjoy, and don't overcook those recipes, or don't cook them too frequently because you don't want to get sick of it, but you also don't want to have to be putting in the work every single week to find new recipes, because it's very time consuming unless you really enjoy that. So I've got just a few staple things that I do all the time. Like we love ground turkey for tacos or burritos. So I'll do like a big batch of ground turkey and have that for a couple of meals. Just do different things with it. So I normally will go live on my Facebook page when I'm doing meal preps, or at least I'll post pictures of what I've done, and I try to do like explain what I've done to make it. And so if you guys want to tune in on my page on Sundays, then you'll probably get some good information on just what I do for meal prepping. I have, so it's my husband and I, and then we've got two little ones. So they kind of eat like what an adult serving would be, or even less. So I don't really have to cook tons. I mean, some of us in the challenge group have like 5 kids in your family or something like that. So you just have to adjust the serving sizes to fit your family. And I really, really recommend, even if your kids are older or your husbands are stubborn or whatever, try to get them to eat what you eat, because you don't want to have to make 2 dinners. That's ridiculous. Just get them to eat the healthy stuff that you're eating. They're not going to starve. They will learn to like it. I'm lucky enough that I started my clean eating when my kids were like newborns, so they just have grown up eating what I eat. So that makes it way easier for myself. But post any questions below, but I will be posting every Sunday about meal prepping. So just tune in on Sundays on my page. Thanks. Bye, guys.